Spare a thought for Christine Rickett because she's a mum who desperately needs help. Her 10-year-old son is, as she puts it, a cheeky little toad. Not the first mum to make that observation, I'd wager, but in Christine's case, her darling is going beyond cheeky to dangerous. His latest escapade was to pinch the keys to the family car and take it on a 100k road trip. Now, thankfully, no one was hurt, but how to stop him? He's too young to be dealt with by police, and she's worried he'll be taken into care. Jill Higgins talks to Christine Rickett and his son Scott about his worrying behaviour.
I just wanted to be like my brothers. I was saying in my head, when I get home, I'll get into hiding.
How did you even know how to drive a car?
I didn't.
That meant a pint-sized driver was putting lives at risk, careering through town and country for 100k before his mum got wind of his latest prank.
Yeah, with NUXP5.
I got a scanner and I heard my name on the scanner. Dumped that a bed open at the front door. The car was gone.
A few hours earlier, Scott had been giving himself a driving lesson. A few adjustments first, like removing this.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm not a disabled person.
Then he tried to go.
I stuck the handbrake down and tried to stick it and drive, but it didn't.
So he freewheeled down the drive before getting it right.
I've seen Mum drive before, heaps of times. So I know what the lights do and the stop signs and the give way signs.
He's a confident kid, all right, isn't he?
He's got a lot of confidence. He's got a lot of brains there. It's just channeling it in the right direction.
That morning, the direction was due north. Drivers who saw him say he was swerving all over the road.
Look at him, he's so tiny behind the wheel. You'd think loads of people would have tried to stop him, but they didn't. In a 100-kilometre journey, only one driver did anything. He came up close behind the car, forcing Scott to stop, came out, went round the window to try and find out what was going on. But
I put it down again and then I took off.
And left him standing there.
Yeah.
And why was that?
Because I don't talk to strangers.
It was no simple journey. Up Mount Messenger, there are lots of hairy twists and turns.
I like the corners.
How fast were you going?
100k's up Mount Messenger.
Was it a bit scary?
Yes.
I was grateful he was all right, but I could have killed him at the same time because he could have hurt somebody.
Unbelievably, no damage was done, and he stopped at a gas station in Arakino.
I just wanted a rest. I walked inside and the lady took the keys off me. We were wrestling over the keys.
That's tough guy Scott's version. The gas station owner says he was tired and in tears and relieved they were calling his mum.
I didn't know whether I wanted to hug him or kiss him or kill him when I picked him up.
Episode over.
I got sent to my room.
But not the underlying problem. That just keeps going.
He stole the money from me and he's shoplifted from the warehouse.
Scott's the youngest of 4 in a single-parent family. And yes, he's a terror. But for all his bravado, there's still a child underneath.
A young boy that wants to have fun and just try all these things out. And he does cause some trouble. He can be a really good boy.
He gets the love he needs, but his mum admits the discipline's lacking.
What sort of things have you done to try and control him so far?
I'd taken his TV, Xbox and all that off him. There was nothing left to take. I can't hit him. I've tried locking him in his room and he broke the lock off the door, so...
He needs to learn the difference between right and wrong, like taking off in the family Nissan.
I shouldn't have done it.
Why not? Do you understand why you shouldn't have done it?
Oh no.
What kind of effect does it have on your mum when he does things like this?
Makes her feel a bit sad and angry, and she doesn't like it as much. Like sometimes when he's not been as good, she starts to cry.
His mum even wanted scare tactics, but Scott's too young to be dealt with by police or even the warehouse.
I went into the warehouse with the shoes that he'd stole, and I actually asked the manager there, could you trespass my son? And he goes, because he's 10-year-old, they can't do it.
And so she's been upfront about his latest prank, as another call for assistance. But at work, she finds others just don't see it that way.
So these are all letters, are they?
Yep, letters to the editor.
shame on you, they say, claiming...
He's doing it just for the publicity.
So how's it leave you feeling?
I'm pretty annoyed. I did it to get help because the police did not slap him on the hand because they haven't spoken to him. I mean, that's like one of them has mentioned, oh, he's just got a slap on the hand, that's it.
But he hasn't even got that from the
He hasn't
police.
even got that.
Now she's giving up work to be there more for Scott. But she worries that even that won't be enough.
If Scott does anything more wrong, I'll probably lose the children. I mean, he's only 10. I'm scared that if he doesn't hurt somebody, somebody's going to hurt him. Because he is a cheeky little toad.
Won't talk to strangers, but no problem pinching the card. Now listen, I also want to point out, you saw Scott at the wheel there. That was only in the drive. There was no way we were going to let him out on that road again. Now, as you also heard, Scott's mum is serious about getting help. She loves her boy. So if you have expertise in this area and feel you can offer advice, then contact Jill on her email. That's jill.higgins@tvnz.co.nz.